Ooh. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited. I have Monique coming on today, and me and that lady got some things we need to talk about. For sure. For sure. And this piece of my hair. I hope you guys had a good day. I'm super excited. Super grateful that Monique is going to be here with us. Hey, hey, hey. Y'all see I'm a Ganton Hills resident. Hi, lovely. How are you? I ordered this one too big on purpose, but because I want to be able to wear it like a hoodie without the hood. So I also got the child. I'm tired. It has been a day. I actually had to work today and like drive all over the place, and I ain't had to drive as much as I drove in a long time. Bradley, mind your business. I like it. It's warm. But yeah, I'm super excited. What did y'all get from Bray? Because Monique has the Body Hunter is on Bray, and I got it. So excited because I have two of her. I should have gotten a shirt. Girl, I got this one, and I got hold on. Oh, and I got this one. Gangsta Grills and Ganton Heels. I'm so excited. I can't wear that one to work though, so I have to find an event to wear that shirt too. But I know I saw what you got. I got a bunch. Nish got a bunch. Everybody that sent me, because the crazy thing is we're all sending screen recordings of what we got instead of just listing because it's too much. Love them. I do too, but again, I don't think I can wear that one to work. I can get away with this one. I don't think I can get away with the gangsters and grills at work. I mean, I probably could. My boss wouldn't care, but you know. And then if you're on her, I went back in. I need to, but I had a day. And so I haven't been back in yet because I came home and like got off work and immediately got on a work call because I needed to de-stress and vent. So there's that. There is that. But yeah, I need to go back in. And I know some authors only have like 1 day specials. So I need to see if I'm definitely going to check every day to see what's coming. But yeah. People keep posting more books that I didn't see. And I can't have FOMO. Facts. That's my thing. The FOMO. Because I got on like early this morning. When I first got on this morning, it wasn't. Why does Instagram do this? It makes me feel so incompetent. There we go. Okay.
Hey,
Hello.
hey.
How are you?
Wait, can y'all see me? Look.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you hear
Wait,
me
I
on
feel like
Instagram?
my light not good. Hold up.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay.
I was feeling a little different.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Oh girl, I got glasses
Baby, mine
on.
are on my head. They are on my
If I take them
head.
off, I can't see, so I ain't gonna be able to see these
That's
comments.
why
So
I
let
keep
me
that
clean it real fast.
just in case I need to slide one back down. But I
Listen.
think
How you doing today?
it's been a day, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I just realized child, I ain't said nothing about my little book being on
Oh, I did that
free
for you.
today.
I did.
Oh, okay. Thank
I
you.
did.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hey, Yoka.
Because listen, since we were talking about that book anyway, we got some things to talk about. But
Okay.
I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everybody who is here.
Uh,
Go
okay. Um, hey, Miss Brittany. I am Monique. I'm Monique. Wait, I don't know what else to say. I write books. Listen, I don't do this often, okay?
And
So y'all gotta excuse me. So, yeah, but yeah, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate everyone who's reading the books by me. Um, but yeah, that's
that's fine.
I
Okay.
really am an introvert in real life.
Me too.
She said the queen of bow-legged men. Listen,
Listen.
I really want to be messy right now, but I'm not going to be. But
No, go ahead. We're here for it.
listen, um, thank you, Miss
Tell her again.
Yoka. I appreciate it. Listen, I y'all
Tell her.
when I say I'm the most non-author, like I literally wake up in the morning and my thought process isn't like, oh, um, girl, you don't have to, you don't have to write a book today. You know how many books you got? So I wake up and be like, dog, I can't remember that storyline I was thinking about. Like that's my thought process. So y'all gotta excuse me. Um, but I love that for me though, because it really does keep me humble because I don't take it for granted, not one bit. Um, but yeah, see I lost my train. Oh, I was being messy.
Yes.
So he is Boleg, y'all. But um he is not the he is not the thought for my books, but I just something about a man. I don't know. I pay attention to stuff like that, the way they stand, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I don't know why y'all, but I
Because
do.
it
It
matters. It
matters.
matters.
I'm you know who made me start paying attention to that? I'm finna be messy again. LeBron James. Because when I see him running up the court, like, why are you running like that?
No, but thanks. But you
I
know what's
had to get
crazy?
to like this man the way he played. Because I'm like, this running up this court is my brain cannot process the way you're running up the basketball court.
I
So
am.
yeah,
But you know what's crazy? Bow-legged men run the fastest.
I know this from running track.
That's
I ran
how I
track.
learned
Well,
that. And I was like, I don't understand. You can't even stand
yeah.
up straight. So
Mm-hmm.
how does this work?
Girl, that be going. It's just that walk. See, now you got me thinking about track, and I don't need to be thinking about them men. But yeah, yeah. It's a difference, but it's all good.
It is. Okay.
But yeah,
Before we get into these books specifically, because I know it's a bunch of people I know that I have read your books and we have some
yeah.
things to get off our chest. How does your mind work to write some of these where like there's so many twists and turns and different moving pieces, but like we're still in that same storyline and we're still engaged? Like what does that process look like for you?
I dream about my books a lot. Sounds weird, but I go to bed with my writer, my characters. I go to bed with them. I kind of, play on like a certain sentence can shape an entire book for me. It sounds my thought process is so like my process is just different. Like I don't even come up with a storyline before I come up with a one liner, and it's like, oh, I know what I'm about to write about that. Like or a voice or a song. It's just certain things that kind of you know find its way in my brain, and I kind of just work off of that. But I do sleep with my characters. Like I will spend probably when I finish writing throughout the day, you know, I'll go to bed at night, but instead of like sleeping, I'm going to sleep, but I'm also thinking about the next scene or thinking about what I want a certain book to be about. Like Still Waters, it's my first full, I think, mystery because I try to add an element of something in my books to give it a more of a more depth. Um, but another thing is I was a reader before I became a writer. So, I mean, I've always been a writer. I just never published anything. Yeah, my eyes look crazy because this little
Ring
ring
light.
light thing goes. So, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna have me on here looking crazy. Hold on. Okay, okay, that's what we finna do right there. So,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
so it was making me think that I'm like, look, I
Like
look
seeing
geek.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, so, yeah, I already knew I had this story since before last summer. And as time just went on, it just kept developing into something more and more. Um, but it just depends on my mood. I started off reading. I've always been a reader. Since I was probably 16, reading Beverly Jenkins, and I probably had no business reading Beverly Jenkins, but that's my girl. Like, y'all can't tell me nothing different. Um, Beverly Jenkins and Gwyneth Bolton and, authors like Siobhan Latrice nowadays, and Kay Renee and, you know, I mean, the list goes on and on. I have read so many books, um, and this was prior to becoming an author. So it's like I know what I like, so I try to give it to everybody else. Um, and I'm really more of a romantic suspense reader. Um, so it's like I kind of shape my books around having that element of surprise. Like I want to be something in it that's not, even if you might know what happened or what's going on, in my brain, oh, they're gonna laugh at this, they're gonna do this funny, like, or they're gonna inbox me about this one. Like that's type of stuff. So yeah, it's I just try to write what I love and give it to y'all and hope for the best.
Listen to this. Because, I don't read it all out of order. All
Yeah.
in every your catalog. So where do we start? Like, who do we start with?
Gata. So Gata and Stefan are twins, and that's a thug has feelings too, and a baller has feelings too. Now I will say this: the only connection that any of my previous books have with my current books is with Blue.
Mm-hmm.
No, Kingston.
That's
Kingston.
what it's.
And Kingston, Dallas comes in at the end of the book. Oh, if y'all ain't read it, I'm sorry. But that's the only connection.
Are you sure they're not in Blue too? Because I know Houston's in one.
Houston and Dallas are in
Kingston.
Kingston.
Okay. Because I know
So
together.
thank you, Yoka. So yeah, it's but Gata and Stefan are in my first two releases, and Dallas is my third. And that series consists of 9 books, going up to Heart of a Champion, Soul of a Boss. No, going up to the illest, Against This Holiday. So in that book, that kind of ends that. I'm lying. Painlessly in Love, I think. See, I don't even know, child. Um, but there are 9 books in that series, and they're standalones, but they're interconnected by characters. So one character might have another book in a different book, but their story is told in that whole book, in that one book. Okay, so that's that set of books, and then you have my 2 eroticas, which are Friend You Can Keep and Whisper a Promise.
I
They're connected.
love.
Um, so, Miss Page, you can start with A Thug Has Feelings Too if you want to start that series first, or you can start with Uncovering Love. That starts Gray, Blue, and Kingston. And the 4th book that is coming August. Not the man August that somebody else said the other day. August. As yeah, she's so funny. But anyway, yeah, so once that, I've written collabs with AJ Davidson, which are standalones. Also, well, Healing Against His Heart is a standalone. But then you have the Shot Clock series that I co-wrote with her, and then you have A Goon for Christmas, which is a standalone. He's not in any other books. Legend isn't. And then you get to Gray Blue Kingston, and then yeah, Still Waters. So
Listen,
that's that's kind of
I was
that's kind of
Still Waters is a cliffhanger, and I'm not even gonna play with you.
mhm.
So until however many parts need to come out, that's gonna sit on my TBR.
Girl, it's just one. Listen, I am not a serious person, okay, at all. I tell everybody this, and I'm not ashamed. Like I hate writing series. I would prefer to get my books done in one book, and maybe have them interconnect. But to write a series, Shot Clock series, I did a Hitter Has Feelings too with Dallas has a second part
Mm-hmm.
that I wrote myself, but Shot Clock series I wrote with AJ Davidson. So I'm okay, cool when I write it with somebody else, but that pressure to write a series, I don't like putting that on myself because I got kids and that be stressing me out. So yeah, but with Still Waters, I just really it's so much to unpack
Listen,
and I love
I
it.
say this.
This is the only book I have absolutely loved writing, and it is a series. I did with Dallas too because I just love Dallas, but this book here, I was on the fence so much about making it a cliffhanger, but I knew from what I had to unpack, the mystery is in you waiting to know what is to unpack. So
Yeah.
that's just how my brain worked, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah,
Mm-mm.
let me go on and
No.
just get cussed out
Because
and make this a cliffhanger.
I ain't even gonna cut you out. I'm just gonna wait.
And that's cool too. And
Uh-uh.
that's cool
I've done
too.
this. No. This all started
Yeah,
with which one did I read first? Was it Whisper of Promise?
it was
No, it was Friends You Can Keep.
friend you can keep. And let me tell you, hey
Miss-
auntie, y'all, that's my auntie right there.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, auntie went with me on my first book event,
Oh.
and she stole all my little attention. Y'all, my auntie's so pretty. She was just walking around like, oh, where is Angela going? Angela, come sit down. Nah, but it's just funny because when you think of a tall woman, like, that just can, wherever she is, she just grabs attention. That's my auntie, y'all. So it's just funny because I'm like, hey, but listen, I'm telling y'all, I think me and my mom are the shortest ones in my. It's probably one person or the other shorter than us, but yeah, my family, the women in my family, tall girl, and she just be walking in them heels like
Come on, Auntie. Okay.
I love my auntie. But yeah, but but yeah, she supports everything I do. So yeah,
And we love that.
auntie. Yeah. So, but anyway, yes, friend you can keep. So
When I got, because I don't want to spoil it for nobody that ain't read it yet. When the story flipped, I
love you too, auntie.
I ain't been so mad since we all sat in the theaters and watched Twilight in like 2014. I said, ain't no way.
Yeah, I was told them
So
in advance that was going to be the reaction, girl.
flip back
Now
pages,
you already
and I was like, wait,
know.
no, God, okay. And immediately ran and grabbed Whisper of Promise because I was
hmm
like, oh, this what type of time she on.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
just
hmm Girl, Zion.
I mean, my phone lit up. The whole time she was reading, she was texting me, and I was like, just keep reading. Just keep reading. Just
Listen,
keep reading.
I wanted the element in there because it just was funny to me how they little back and forth was like, and then for it to all be a dream, but they both feeling the same way.
Legit.
Like I had to do it. I had
I
to.
I think all of the things I've read by you because of how it went. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
I love me some Blue Kingston and Gray, but
I love that whole, thinking, and then was mad at him
angry.
because
Angry.
was mad at him, and she couldn't even stand Zion in the first place. Like,
No.
hey, Brianna. Yeah, she couldn't stand Zion in the first place. So she, she was just, and he couldn't poor Zion couldn't even,
Bless.
the fact that she let him share the same space with her, it was just funny. I just loved writing that book. I had no intentions on writing an erotica, but when I got that storyline, like I said, when I get a thought, and the thought was, she dreaming. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all, but
That, yeah.
stuff don't be spoiled for me. Like I'm gonna call and be like, hey, so you read that new that new book by Siobhan Trees? Is it who finna get beat up? Like that'd be me. Like like trying to figure out. It don't spoil for me. Like I'm gonna still read it.
Me too.
I don't know.
Because I need to
I'm
know
gonna
how we
still
got
read
to that.
it.
Because there's some
I'm gonna
pieces.
still buy it. I'm gonna still read it, and then it'll, girl. Speaking of buying, I don't know. About 15 minutes before I came on here, it occurred to me, you have books to go download,
I do?
and I'm like, me, like
Oh.
the whole
I
author's
was like,
appreciation, the whole reader's appreciation. I'm like, did you download a book today? And it occurred to me I hadn't. And I'm like, you know what? You've fallen off. So I
I was like,
was on my download
when I
until I
said
remember.
I got on that website at like 7 o'clock this morning. And I was like, why it ain't, there's nothing here
Yeah.
yet. It ain't. And like, I think by 8:30, she had started uploading stuff. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
bet. And I was like, you know what?
That's gonna be me as soon as I get off this live. I'm like, girl, the nerve of you. Like, girl, I'm a reader first, y'all.
Listen,
I love being an author and writing books, but I'm a reader first. Like, I don't actively read when I'm writing, and even in between writing, I don't have enough time to read, because I'm preparing to write another book. So I have a lot of books on my TBR that I haven't even read yet, but that's not the problem.
listen.
It's gonna still be on my I still got a TBR, so it's all good.
These
Like,
books back here, I ain't
you know.
read yet. This book, Kindle, I ain't
So,
touched. These
yeah,
books from Bray last year, I am for sure
mhm.
gonna read.
Me too. Me too. So it's like, girl, just keep getting your books. It don't matter. They ain't
Yep,
going nowhere. Once you press download, it's
it
gonna
is
it's
there.
gonna be right
It
there
is
waiting
there.
on you.
And my
Mm-hmm.
Kindle, it's on the Kindle Cloud, so I can go get it when I need.
Yeah. Yep. Girl,
Oh
see.
wait, somebody asked where to start with your catalog. Her book, The Body Hunter, is available for
Yes.
free today. That
It's free today. This book right here, if you can see it, let me see. It's free
it
today.
was
For
so
the
good.
ebook.
Ooh, it was good.
It's free today. Then I was like, I didn't even make no little TikTok to tell these folks they can go get my book for free today.
Mhm.
I'm slacking, y'all. I'm slacking. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one.
Thank you.
I did.
Thanks. I love Body.
I did too.
And you know how I started his book with his name. When that name Joshua just was stuck in my head, and I'm like, I don't even have a character. Like, who was that? I'm like, oh, he is the Body Hunter. That's who he is. The Body Hunter.
It won't let me reply. Why I can't reply to comments when I'm live? That's weird. Because I was gonna talk,
Um,
but it wouldn't let me. It let me do everything else but reply.
let me see.
I can literally do everything but reply. That's crazy.
The Body Hunter.
Yep. There. Dang, so it's just me. Or you? No, you just typed it. I could type it. But yeah, that book was really good. It's not connected to
Yeah,
anybody
it's a
from.
complete
Yeah.
standalone. Um, and it's with Joshua and Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The beginning is wild.
yeah, it's a great. I
It's,
mean, not because I wrote it, but it's just
no,
a great read.
it is a ride the entire time.
Thank
Because
you.
I just knew. Well, you're gonna get it anyway. He had offed her brother.
Yeah.
Like specifically. I just knew.
You know what?
And
When I
I'm like,
was writing
oh,
this book,
he
I'm
didn't.
like, how can you? I thought I did a whole lot of thinking about this book because I was like, would you be able to forgive somebody for that? Like, it had to be something where she was able to understand where he came from also. Like,
Yeah.
you know, um, but Soulmates, you know what song I listened to? I think it was a Sade song, Cherish the Day. Um, I was listening to that in my car, and I already had written the whole book. And I'm like, man, this sounds so much like The Body Hunter because she really, she was just, he really was like her knight in shining armor. And um, he just kind of took her under his wing, so to speak, and made her realize, she didn't have to be the, the, the strong, she didn't have to be strong. She didn't have to be anything but a healed person. That's all he wanted, and I love
Yeah.
that. That's why I love Joshua Body.
But I think you did a good job with that in your other books too. So like Gray, Blue, Kingston, all of them came in and were like, you don't have to be strong. They're like, I got it. Like you
Mhm.
can.
You know what? Gray, Gray is still. I think they had each one of them had their own element of um strong man. Like Gray was just that quiet, funny, but I still don't play.
Hmm.
Like
It's the way.
still my favorite scene that I've written with him is when in Kingston when they got in their little scuffle because they have been going at it the whole
Oh
book.
wow. Like you know this, leave this man alone, please.
And
You
Gray
know
just
he do.
seems like, like the brother that's like more laid back. So you wouldn't think he's the one
I
that's got the
thought
most
Blue.
issues with this man.
I thought Blue.
Because Blue is rigid, like
Very.
you can't, he ain't gonna give you the inch to get to a mile. So it's just funny. Like, I don't know, it's just something about Gray to me. Something about him.
I love him.
But yeah,
I liked Blue better.
Blue is the reason I loved right. Blue was supposed to be a novella. He was supposed to be a little short novella, Christmas book, and it turned into something completely different. But I just loved their chemistry. I loved writing about the old movies that I love, them watching movies together and stuff like that. Like
You were
that's
so
how it came. That's how it was just building to something different because they just they were just around the way people really in the book. They weren't. She didn't want to be the pop star or rapper. He didn't. He was just like, as long as I ain't in no pictures or nothing like that, I'm cool
cute.
type of people. And I just think that writing those scenes about them watching movies together, it just built that book so
It did.
much more. So yeah,
It was precious.
thank you.
Hold on, because now I don't remember. Because there's somebody who didn't get a book in Whisper, Promise, and French and Keep. Somebody had like they were already together, but they didn't get.
Dante. So
Oh,
Dante,
okay.
yeah,
Are we getting his story?
Dante.
I have a question.
So, I have gotten asked this question before. And Dante, I can literally picture him in my head. I think I know somebody for real that's like that looks like him and kind of carries himself that way. And I think that's why it's hard for me to write a story about him because I feel like he's so touch, like I can reach out and touch him.
Mm.
I want these people to live in my head. I don't want nobody that I know that look like them. None of that, right? Um, but yeah, no, I think with them, I don't know. It depends. My brain may take me there. I know the only person who does not have a book yet that is coming. Well, there's a few people. August, um, and the brothers from Whisper of Promise have a book coming.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember them. I'm so excited because that is neither.
listen, I love them. I've already started all their books. It's insane, y'all. Insanity. Um, and I have to finish one other. couple out, and that is Pink from Painlessly in Love.
Okay.
She has a book. So once I finish her book, which it incorporates Carter from Anything Necessary for Her. So the Winters brothers, that's their book, but Pink will be in that book. So those are the only ones I know on my plate right now for next year. Um, so yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay. So you said you were a reader first. So what really made you switch to I want to be an author? How like what was that transition for you?
So I've always kind of written these little short story book things. Like when I was in school, I've had notebooks full of, storylines and stuff like that. But I actually have written Gator and Stefan's story over and over and over since I was probably 19. Um, that was 20 years ago. So um, I have been writing their books, but I just never, it seemed like every time I sat down to do it, something would happen. So in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe it's not meant to be, maybe that's not my avenue that I'm supposed to go down. I'm a big believer in um, paying attention to small things. So if to me back then I was very unlearned, like in my spiritual walk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought when obstacles came, that just meant that wasn't meant for you. But I didn't realize that it really was to keep you from. Sometimes when you have discernment, you realize it's just keeping you from the path you're supposed to be on. It doesn't always mean, that you have to give up or, oh, that's not for me, because things can be in your way just to hinder you from progressing to what you're supposed to be doing. So that's how I felt. So I just kept putting it down. Well, in 2019, in late 2018, I was really sick. I had like my face was hurting, like on my right side, my face was hurting. Um, and I thought I went to the dentist and everything. There was nothing wrong with my teeth. Um, I was in a lot of pain. So I went to 3 doctors. Well, my doctor was like, "Oh, you have a tumor in your pituitary gland. Let's check it and make sure it ain't cutting up." Girl did that thinking it was gonna be that was the problem, but it was actually I had an infection on my skull, so I had to have surgery
Mm-hmm.
um to have it drained. It was an infection that was eating through my skull. So I had bone pain. It was like bone pain in my face, just on one side, like literally from the tip of my nose over. Um, and after I saw 3 doctors, I went to the fourth doctor, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is what's wrong. We're gonna fix it." Da 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 da. And then I still wasn't writing,
Mm-hmm.
even though I had to take off. I had to go on, medical leave and all this because I couldn't go back to work. And um, that's that was in January of 2019, and in November of 2019, I started having the same symptoms all over again. So I'm like, wait a minute. So I went back to the doctor. It had came back, right? So I had to have a second surgery on the same side. So I have like little to no hearing in this ear. But I told God, I was like, you know what? If you wake me up from this, because it's like considered brain surgery, they messing with your head and stuff. I was like, God, if you wake me up from this, I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna do it different. I'm gonna live my life, because I was technically just not even. I was like not even living my life. So I'm like, okay, if you wake me up from this, I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna do what I'm here to do, purpose to do. And 4 months later, I published my first book. I don't know. 4 months later, I published my first book. It's insane, but yeah, sometimes you gotta sit you down.
And he will.
Mm-hmm. For you to do what you're supposed to be doing. Like, um, I'm grateful that this time when I started doing it, the only hindrance, y'all, everybody can't go with you in this walk. I really believe that everybody cannot. I was attached at that time heavily, like, but the person, so to speak, was, I would just say this: when when things are not meant to be,
Mhm.
he will definitely move them for you.
And we-
Okay. Um,
and
yeah, I'm trying not to. So yeah, it's just, it was just a lot of things like, you pay attention to, and it could be age that makes me now, more visible to things that I didn't see, when I was in my 20s. Like now I know, what support means. Doesn't always mean money. It doesn't always mean, what I'm saying? It can mean just having time for somebody, or, giving them the space to do what they love to do. Things like that. Like, so when I tell y'all, God be knowing what he doing.
do
That's all I'm gonna say. He he
oh,
he,
you
he be
better
knowing
give
what
us
he
a word
doing.
on this good old Wednesday.
Yeah. So
You better give us a
yeah.
word.
So
But yeah,
yeah.
heck, so
Mhm. He
he
did.
did,
Mhm.
and I'm
And
loving
y'all,
it.
and I was like, and it's funny because I have been able to do this full time. Like, I know it's God. Like, that's all I'm
You
gonna say.
can't go
Like, I do it full time, and even having a job or wanting a job, that is a decision I can make for myself.
wrong.
It's just that peace in knowing that um you still doing what you love to do, and that's write books. Like, I love telling stories to people. Like, I don't know,
Listen,
I just do. I do.
and we love your stories. Like we
Thank
love,
you. Thank
we
you.
love
So
your
yeah,
stories.
that's how I got started. And yeah, and I paid attention. One day I was on Facebook, minding my, and this is the part that really lets me know, like, I was working with this girl that I've known, y'all, for 24 years. Okay. Me and her used to sit together at the lunch table in high school. 24 years. I'm not a social media person. I was on Facebook. Just had made me a Facebook page, right? Not even probably a week before she posted this post about, hey, I'm looking for some good books to read. So me being me, I put like 10 authors on there because I don't read, I'm an avid reader at this time. So I'm like, oh girl, I got you on this. We working in the same office, y'all. The same office. Not just in my city, but it's like 30, a 35-minute drive from where I am. So this is just a random, you know, doctor's office, 35 minutes from my house when it's 100 of them by my house. We work in the same office, okay? And she posted it on Facebook. And AJ Davidson told me thank you because I put her as one of the authors. At this time, I had no authors on my Facebook. I wasn't even friends with people I knew on Facebook. I was just on there.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, I know they ain't the author telling me thank you. So I was so freaked out. Like, y'all couldn't tell me nothing that whole day, like that whole week. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing because AJ Davidson told me thank you for recommending her books to
You
this girl.
you
But
see
the
how
girl, let's
you
go.
told me yeah?
Huh?
I said you see how excited I was when you
Look,
told me yeah?
when it's funny because um the girl that I'm talking about that I've known for 24 years, because I tell her every time I see her, I can't believe you really slept on me like that. But every time, I mean, she came over to my desk because she worked for a different doctor. We worked in the same office, but I worked with a different doctor than her. And she came up to my desk. She was like, girl, I done read all her books. AJ Davidson we're talking about, because I done read all AJ Davidson books too. And she was like, yeah, I test read for her sometimes. When I tell y'all the anger I got in my whole, from the crown of my head to my toes, I looked at her like, excuse me? And she was like, yeah, I test read for her sometimes. So all this time, I got 100 books sitting over here, and you never once said, "I know AJ Davis." The nerve of you. So yeah, me and her, yeah, she already know how I feel about her. But I mean, that's just so random. Like, girl, you know I love to read. You didn't think that meant
Say that.
something.
No.
So yeah, but AJ Davidson told me thank you, and then about a month later, not even a month, maybe 2 weeks later, I saw her post on her page that she was accepting submissions for her um for writers. And I'm thinking, oh man, this is my chance, but then I was still kind of anxious about it, nervous about it. Nobody had never read my stuff. I thought it was gonna be, you know, so much so less than, you know.
Mhm.
And I waited, and she posted it again like a week before my birthday, and I actually got the nerve. I stepped out on faith, and I sent her my book and part of my book, and she loved it, and she was like, "Girl, where the rest of this book at?" So I was like, "Oh man!" So that's how it all started. Literally, that happened in I had my surgery November 2019. I signed with AJ Davidson in February. So
That's crazy.
once I told God I was gonna do what I was supposed to do,
He was like,
He
bet.
just opened the doors, like literally from a random Facebook post, like, and all she said was thank you. And then she friended me, y'all. I lost my mind. I was like, AJ Davidson told me thank you. Y'all don't understand. I done read all her books. And I still feel that way. I'm still that fangirl. Like, I'm still that person. And I love that for myself. Like, y'all don't understand. I'm just happy to
That
be in the
that
space. I'm just happy to be here.
I've said it. I don't know how many times at this point, especially now that like I'm like face to face and talking to a lot more of my favorites. I was like the fact that social media has opened up this space because I remember in middle school we got to write postcards to who was it? It was some author. I don't even remember who it was, and I know my mama lost my postcard, but because I got one back, and it was like the most lit day of my life. And now that I'm
Yeah,
I just hop in DMs and be like, "Oh my god, I love your
listen.
work," and
And
like
I
it.
do not mind that. I thank you. I don't mind it because I am that person. I'm the same person like that's trying to hop in somebody's DM like, hey, um, if y'all don't, I reread the message over and over. Like y'all don't understand. Y'all, the people who know me will tell you this is what she's saying is exactly how it is. Like when I got invited to the Urban Book Expo in Chicago, y'all, my daughter was in the hospital a couple weeks ago, and I was on my way home, and I saw a message, and I'm thinking she just liked my post. That's what I thought it was, and I'm like, excuse, like, do y'all know who this is? She just liked my post, and my mama was like, you tripping, like, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, you don't understand, like, you don't understand who Jessica N. Watkins is. Like, I'm so serious, y'all. Why did I click on it to see which post it was? And it was an invite. I said, oh my god. I had never been to Chicago before, but I'm going. So I was too done. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah. So
Now is that
I'm
when this?
still the reader. I'm still the reader, y'all.
I will happen, but see, I don't hopping in DMs is weird for me because yeah, we
It's
on social media, it's cool, but some authors I don't get the vibe that they're going to be too happy about me hopping in their DMs. So I
listen.
try to be like respectful of there's an like this is still like an author. Like let me kind of try to respect this. And some of them at this point I don't care no more. Like getting your business. We're friends.
That's
But
just how it is.
huh?
I said that's just how it is though. Like, um, I'm the same way. Like I think it's so weird. But and I'm in this space, so I get it. Like, but it's still so weird to me. I don't know about DC. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to see when I'm around there. I'm not sure. I think I have like 3 events next year, and um, um, yeah, my auntie be hearing all my little stories, y'all. um, I don't. I know I'm doing Atlanta next year,
Where?
Chicago.
Oh,
Hmm?
when are you gonna be in Atlanta?
The Atlanta Kickback is next year in July. Girl, yes.
I saw somebody post a flyer, but I ain't see nothing else. Like I saw the
Yeah,
date, and I
yeah, I'll be there.
okay.
So Atlanta is right up the street from me, so I'm gonna be there.
Oh,
Um, yeah. So
I'm gonna be in.
I'm right in the Panhandle of Florida. Yeah, I'm right, girl. It's just skipping a hop.
Girl, I'm
So
in Georgia.
yeah.
So when you said you was an hour ahead of me, I was like, where's she at? Oh, she
hmm
far.
Yeah, yeah. So and I'm doing the K Renee event in New Orleans. So I do know I'm doing those three. I'm not sure what else is next year. Oh, the Love and Books in California next year.
I've been tied to the regions I can do
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, I really want to make that one too. So,
I,
and I've never been to California. I've been as far as Colorado, I believe. I haven't been to California though. So that'll be an experience.
that's gonna be
Yeah.
a vibe. Excited for everybody.
Yeah. 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 Yep.
So, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. But but yeah, I appreciate you know, you welcoming me.
Thank
When I
you. Listen,
say I'm not a social media person, TikTok is the most. I'll post on Facebook and Instagram, but it's really probably stuff I posted on TikTok. I don't know. I'm really an introvert. Like, I love talking about books. We can talk
me
about
too.
books all the time.
Oh, baby,
Yeah. Yeah. I can
I
do that now.
socially awkward. But if you bring a
Me
book
too.
to my attention,
Me
hey,
too.
baby, we in
Me
there.
too. Me too. It is what it is. At this point, it's okay with me. I'm okay with that. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
If it ain't books, I don't really. Well, books and behavior, because I can do that all day too. Because
Books and huh?
behavior, I'm a behavior
Um,
analyst. So
uh,
books and behavior.
girl,
So
shut up. Listen. Why you finna stress me out tonight,
what you
okay?
mean?
Don't stress me out
What?
tonight.
I didn't even do that thing.
Do not stress me out. Listen,
I didn't do nothing.
okay. Not you having a job I thought I wanted.
You
Listen,
don't.
come on. Don't stress me out.
I wanted to quit today.
Listen, the only things I really wanted to do, that was on my list, but it was a nurse, um, writer, author. I want to work for ESPN. Um, I want to do like they need to hire me for real because I know too much about sports. Hire me so I can talk about college basketball or something. ESPN. I don't know.
Put
Do
it
it
in
for
the
you,
app.
girl. Look, I can talk about books and basketball, books and yeah, just books and basketball. I can talk about everything else, but basketball more my lane. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's more my lane because I've been watching it forever in a day. But yeah, girl, behavior analyst. Why? And my absolute favorite show of all time is Criminal Minds. Okay,
And see, I don't do
I think I know Spencer Reed in real life. I
it.
think in my brain I have met this man.
I
Okay,
love it.
because I know every. I don't know. He just really make you look at stuff different. I don't know, and I know it's a scripted show, but it's like Spencer, really,
Listen,
really,
that I am calm, and it's doctor
yeah,
every time. Every, sir, I don't care what else you said throughout this whole show.
exactly,
I am calm.
exactly,
You better make him stand on that, doctor. You worked really hard.
exactly, exactly. I know, Auntie. That's a show I would rewatch all the time. Criminal Minds and SVU. Them my two shows right there.
In
But
Criminal Minds, I always have to explain my job to people, and then I say, "But kids,
yeah,
but
girl, that's scary. I don't even. Ooh, the stress. Okay, yeah,
yeah, yeah."
I can only imagine.
And I don't too much deal with kids anymore because now that I've got my license, I do parent trainings and like the back end. I miss the kids.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, see, I'm more healthcare. So I have been in the healthcare field since I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I realized I cannot, I worked with children and adults. What I have realized is do not like pregnant women. Working OB was not for me. And mainly because it was boring, because it's repetitive every single day. And you're talking about somebody who started off in the ER. So it was like,
Okay.
I'm used to seeing trauma.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing trauma, and now I'm just going to do pap smears all day. I don't understand. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Tia. That's my boo.
Hey, girl.
So, yeah. But otherwise, I don't be doing nothing with chasing behind my kids, and um I'm surprised y'all don't hear them because they being good tonight, girl. Normally they be standing right here. I need some. I need some. Can I have some chips? Like right here. Like I know y'all see me doing something, but they being good tonight, girl. I'm
Normally it's
so
my,
proud of you.
but I had to put him up.
See, they might get some ice cream for being good. But yeah,
Getting baby's ice cream.
girl, look,
Hard for it.
who's gonna stay up
Oh,
with
but
her?
facts. That's why I like mine because we play hard. So either you're gonna be asleep by the time I leave, or you're gonna be really amped up. Either way, I'm
Exactly.
gonna get on that double.
Exactly. See, no, I can't do that with mine, child.
No, because
I can't.
they stay there.
Every day I think I got it under control, and I just really realize I don't. I don't. I don't.
Listen, it be like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was me today at
So,
work.
yeah,
It's like we've got.
I'm gonna download every last book on that braille list. Um,
Are there any authors on the list that you recommend that we get? Other than
um, so everyone with AJ Presents, okay, Cammy,
is she on
Remy,
Tears?
mm-hmm. AJ, of course. I know Masterpieces on there. Chanel. Um, I'm not sure who else because it's an extensive list. I think it's over 100 authors. But me personally, I since Kindle, okay, have come to love a lot of authors. Um,
It's only one, but I think
yes,
Kimmy. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I might have it.
I have learned that someone else's perception of a book is not going to be mine.
Thanks.
So you may not love it, but I'll love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an avid supporter of all authors. Um, and I really want to say non-problematic, but I'm going to say this. I am, and I support all authors. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to download every book that's on there. Just because I'm a reader. My stepdad bought me a house, and my den area, like it's a den right now. And because I moved not too long ago, I still have moving boxes in there. But guys, that's gonna be my whole library. I'm so excited for this whole library journey. But I know, right? But when I moved from Colorado, I had over 400 books, physical books. And I cried when I went and gave some of those books away. Like I sold them to like a thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, I don't understand what possessed me to do that. But I'm slowly getting them back. Like I found a lot of Beverly Jenkins books.
Mm-hmm.
I just go on Amazon and I look for it if any physical copy. I don't even care if it's in good condition to, really. I just wanted it. If it's in decent condition, I'll buy it. Because I just want it on my bookshelf. Like Because there are books that was released, 20 plus years ago. So um, I just love reading. Like I give everybody a chance. Like I said, because your perception of before I became an author, and I'm just being honest, I would get on Amazon. I mean, that's how I discovered Siobhan Latrice because I read somebody else, and at the bottom it'll show you other authors that kind of write on this along that same line. And I don't even know who I was reading, but I remember seeing Siobhan Latrice's name, and that's how I got into all her books because I'm like the first one I read, I was like, oh my goodness, like I love her. But sometimes you will see books on there that's like three and 2 stars, and I'm like, when you're an avid reader, this is the thing. You get to a place where you've read everything by either your favorites or something that, because at the time, it was like TBRs weren't that extensive as they are today because authors are releasing so many books now, right? And there's so much at our fingertips. But I would finish reading everybody that I know were in my like top 10. So I just be sitting there. And one night I was like, you know what? Let me just try to read somebody else. And I think the book I read was literally rated 3 stars across the board. When I tell y'all that book was so good, but that was my perception. Like, it's my perception. Like I didn't see it, but okay, that's what y'all. So I stopped paying attention to reviews and I stopped paying attention to how somebody has rated it. I read the book, and that's just it takes a lot to write a story. That's number one. Um, it takes a lot of brain power,
Right.
and I understand, some oversights and things like that because I can read my book a million times, but until somebody else reads it, it's like, oh, dang, they did kiss. Like I done read the book 100 times, but from this point, from where we stand, it's a lot of work. Like, and our eyes be burning. By the
Yeah.
time we done read the book twice, our eyes be burning. Like, so imagine reading it 100 times. Like, it's hard work, but it's great work. And when you love something, it's not a chore to do it. It's just like, you know what? I want them to love this book just like I do. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I don't think I know. I'm just gonna lie. I'm gonna download probably every book off that list.
Okay, I got two questions for you. One, they you triggered in my brain, and that's how that works. One, are you Body Hunter is only for today, right?
Only for today.
Okay. Are you
So
gonna have
that's why I
anything
need to
else
make
for
a
Bray?
little TikTok so people don't miss out on it. I don't know what I was thinking, but go ahead.
Are you doing anything else for Bray, or is it just Body Hunter just today?
I think it's just the Body Hunter, honestly. Um, yeah, because I was opening day. I think that's opening day.
Two. Are we back? There we go. Okay. My phone told me it was about to die. But
Oh,
how long before you can go back and read your books as a reader? How long is that wait for you?
I do it. Honestly, I do it anytime I'm writing and I start doubting myself. I know that's stupid, but get. I'm like, man, I get inspiration from what I write, from what I've written in the past. Like, so I'll go back and read pretty much any of my books. I won't read the whole thing, but I'll go through and read certain parts that kind of trigger like that. Me kicking and laughing, like the scene with Gray and Kingston when they squabble. And then I'm like, girl, you wrote that. You good. Go finish writing this book. Like, stop tripping. Um, and I can do that with all my books. And that's what I tell any aspiring author. If you can go back and read your books, you've written a good book. It's when you don't want to go back and read it that you should question what you wrote. So yeah, that's my advice, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah.
All right. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people about you, about your books? Anything else you
No, I just want to tell everybody thank you for the support. It means a lot to me. I am grateful and thankful for every single, even if you haven't downloaded a book by me, if you've simply shared or liked or commented on anything that's got Monique on it, I am grateful for that. Okay. And yeah, y'all can find me on Amazon. I'm doing restock on my books so I can have on hand books. I do have some, but it's not to my liking. I don't like posting that I have paperbacks because then if it's 10 people who want a copy and I only have two, I feel real bad about that. So um, when my website is back up with restock, I will let everybody know for paperback if you want signed copies because I do that. Um, and yeah, Still Waters is coming. Before that, on November 6th, A Widow's Scar is going to come out. Just already be prepared for the foolery, okay?
Wait, what level of foolery?
Um,
Like whose level of foolery?
uh, so this poor man,
Oh,
he Sadiq is something else. That's all I gotta say. So his foolery is it's funny.
it's all funny. It's all funny.
But anyway, it'll be out November 6th. I can't wait for y'all to meet Sadiq. He was a lot of fun writing. We have Still Waters coming out this soon. And the finale. Okay, just so we're clear, it ain't no third part. This is the finale.
And we're sure
Thank
about this.
you. Yeah, oh girl. Who finna write a third
Listen,
part?
I just
Oh.
to make sure
Oh,
because
not me. This second part was hanging by a thread, girl, because it was about to be a whole book, 700-page book.
I mean,
But I was like, nah,
you see,
because
Demon's Dream. We would have.
listen, when I get that on my bookshelf, that's probably gonna be the first book to go on my shelf because I have not read it yet. I have
Listen,
not read the
listen,
freaking book,
listen,
and I
listen,
know it's good. I don't even have to be told.
listen.
I know.
You see,
Like,
the way
you're
that
not gonna
people
give me 700 pages and it ain't bomb. It's gotta be. I know it
you
is.
see,
I know it is. I ain't even.
they bullied me into reading that doggone book on TikTok. You laughing?
You
I
know,
have never had so
why were you
my videos,
apprehensive about it?
even on my videos
Thank
with
you.
like thousands of views.
Uh huh.
I have never had that much comment engagement, and then people were serious.
Yes,
People
ma'am.
was like,
I love
okay,
them.
I got
I
it.
know it's fire. Like, I can't wait. And I was the type that when I know something good, I just be just ooh, Keita, go just read the first chapter and call it a
I
day.
can't do that
But I
now.
get wrapped up so quickly.
Me
Now,
either.
first of all, I'm ADHD. That's number one. And I will get off topic. So if I pick up anything and start reading it, before you know it, it'll be 12 o'clock, and I probably ain't wrote, one page in my book, and I'm like, but I do that. I don't read any other author's works just to, maintain my own authenticity. So I shy away from it. Um, but it's gonna get read.
Listen,
It's gonna get read. As soon as I take my first break, I think that is gonna be my book of choice.
because she
Um,
big one.
I got that one. I want to read Applying Pressure by Siobhan Latrice, and I want to read her King series. Yeah, I got stuff to read, child. I just got so much stuff to read.
It doesn't ever stop
It
because y'all don't
doesn't.
ever stop.
And
Listen,
I'm
y'all,
happy for
but
us
me too.
because I came from a time when you had to go to the bookstore to buy a book and,
Now that's
and or read a book. And that was just horrible because there was not a lot of us represented in these stores. It's still okay. So y'all know how it is now. Imagine 24 years ago, 25, years ago when I was coming into my I love to read
right. Like even
era, like
10 years ago.
Barnes and Noble. And then I was in an area where I was in Colorado, y'all, Colorado Springs, like in my early 20s. And you can already only Barnes and Noble. But that's why my reading is so extensive because I had to branch out. Like before I knew anything about what Kindle has done for us in these last few years, I used to read a lot of other work. Okay. Um, so that's how my reading catalog has just been so extensive because I've read a lot of people's work. A lot. So, but now
Baby,
it's
now.
download at the fingertips, girl, because they used to get all my little money. They still get all my little money buying books, child.
Listen, because
But
if
yeah.
I'm going to get the paperback and put it up here,
Yeah.
because I want to tab it up and annotate it for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now see, Miss Page, I'm gonna say something because um this is this is my point. Like Beverly Jenkins is the first book I read at I think I was 16 or 17, and it was called Before the Dawn. And when I tell y'all I love that book, it made me want to go find more books like that. Okay, that's how I got into her historical romances and things like that. But again, you go into like a Books a Million and they give you these select few, and in my mind, I oh yeah, Miss Beverly, that's in my brain, me and her related. Um um they give you the select few, and it's like I already had ingrained in myself what I love to read, which was romance. So to find that, it was like, but I read Nobia Bryant. I was reading authors that's just, Cheris Hodges, all these authors that were available in the store. Um, but now it's like, we don't even have to deal with that anymore. You can read whoever you want to read. Um, but yeah, you know,
Bookstores like
yeah. And
It's
and it's the demographic.
for
Like that sucks because it literally, because I could go in the bookstore here in my local, like where I am now, because I'm in Florida, but when I moved to Colorado, it was a whole new arena. Like, and then too, I don't even think they had a Books a Million. It was just Barnes and Noble or like a Walden Books. Yeah, yeah. I'm just showing my age
or board.
because child.
They had Borders.
And
Yeah.
Borders, see, it's the Borders here in Florida. It was one in South Florida in Orlando, but I think they closed that one.
Oh, I was like, I didn't.
So yeah, so yeah. But Kindle has really done a lot for Black authors, and I love that.
There was only Harold Robbins, Jackie Collins, Danielle Steele.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So now we're at a place where, and it's the fact that Black authors are still fighting to get on some of these shelves.
They are.
Okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I remember Borders. That feels like forever ago. It was, and
It
ours
was.
wasn't here. Ours was here maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
For like 5 years of stretching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss the stores, but
No,
nope.
bookstores for
Yeah.
us. That's so
Yeah.
bad. Like
Yeah.
I've gone back and forth. I was like, I want to open one, but I was like, I'm not even consistent enough to run a
See,
bookstore.
this is the thing about Monique. The only other dream I had outside of writing was owning my own bookstore, right? So I'm speaking that for my future. Um, because I'm gonna, my dream is to incorporate the things I love, which is sports and books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I envision it, I see it, and it's gonna come to pass at some point, like, because I'm putting the effort in, to have these things, like, you know, so at some point I do want to make the New York Times bestseller list, like, and I will. Like, I'm like, okay, it might not be right now, but at some point,
It'll happen.
yeah, they're gonna see me. They're gonna have to see me.
I'm gonna be so
So yeah,
excited. I know her.
Right? Listen, I'm gonna still be sitting in my same house, girl, child. Look, cause when my stepdad was like, "Oh, I told my stepdaddy jokingly, I was like, hey, buy me a house," and he laughed at me, y'all, right to my face, laughed at me. Do you not know that man bought me a house the next year?
Listen,
That I ain't gotta pay. Like I pay my bills and that's it. Like I don't have no mortgage. You think I'm finna have me a mortgage? No,
wouldn't.
ma'am. No, no. That's what I'm saying.
That's a
Like
car payment.
who finna go do something foolish like that? I'm gonna be still. I don't care what platform I get on. I'm gonna still be right
Listen,
here, happy and content where I am because I know where I came from. I know how far I've come and where I was prior to being where I am now. So, you're a child.
listen,
I'm just chilling and waiting on these other doors to open.
and they will.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
they will. I'm excited for you and everything that is come to
Yeah.
you, for you.
hmm It will at some point. I'm just being patient.
Ooh, I don't like that word.
You don't like that word? Look,
If
girl,
I
me
don't,
either.
my mama tells me not to say this, and I was like, I don't know. God knows. Two things I do not pray for. That's strength and
You
patience. Because I don't have time to God.
cannot. Why the test gonna come soon as you say it?
Exactly. And I'm not gonna play with him
Soon
like
as you say it.
I'm not. My mom was like, don't tell people that. For what?
Then you just ask me for
If they
some
read
strength,
I read, they know what's gonna happen. I'm not.
and now you're complaining because you asked me for strength, and I'm trying to get that to you, and now you mad.
I'm good.
Girl, that's how I am. See, when I be fussing at my kids, I told my daughter yesterday, I said, and don't ask me for nothing else. Since you can't listen to what I told you to do, don't ask me for nothing else. God got me right then. So should I not give you anything else because you don't listen to me either?
And see, that's not what I said, sir. That's not what
I'm like,
we're
see, this is why you cannot. Oh,
mm-mm.
oh, got me right in that hallway.
Every time.
I was like,
But
whoa, can't even fuss at my kids no more. Anyway,
listen.
yes.
Period.
Yeah, I'm so serious.
Right. Like
Like
I that from the bottom of my
I'm
heart.
so seriously telling the truth. Like he got me right then. He ain't wait till I was laying down.
Doesn't.
It's like, oh, that's how you really think that's how simple it is? Like, don't ask me for nothing then, because I know I done told you to do like 3 things today.
But listen, sir, we're not talking about me right now.
What are you talking
We're
about
not talking
me?
about me. Let's
Girl. And I know my kids be looking at me crazy like, wasn't she just mad 5 minutes ago?
just tell the Lord thank you. Just
So yeah, no. But anyway, I appreciate you, girl.
thank you. Girl, I appreciate you. Because you did not have to
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't know. Y'all just, if you read a book by Monique, I appreciate y'all. If you haven't, I mean, you gotta be scared. I mean,
don't get still waters because listen,
yeah. If you're not a
don't,
cliffhanger, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. But you can. I mean,
I've read her books. Don't even play yourself with whatever that cliffhanger is over there. Don't
ah,
even play yourself.
yeah. But
There's a
yeah,
intellect. Don't play with that cliffhanger over there.
it's coming, girl. It's coming. Listen, I'm knee deep in that book. When I tell you I love Phoenix and Blaze, I didn't think I was gonna like Blaze. Honestly, I did not think I was gonna like him, and he turned out to be my favorite. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know, but oh yes, Blue is my boo.
I love that man.
Blue is my boo thing. Like the way they met, like thank you. The way they met, like mm,
You just knew that man body. Like you
mhm,
face good.
girl,
You just from
she
the
knew.
like hey,
And the way he's so casually just let her be a brat the whole book. Like, let her be a brat the whole book. Like, girl. And it's funny because I know somebody with that same. Why is this coming to me right now? I don't know. But I'm finna call this man and tell him by himself. But yeah. Because why is that coming to. That is so strange. Ooh. Anyway, disregard.
Go be FBI.
Listen. And there's some people who don't like reading, you know, cop type stuff, but yo, this is everyday people. Like every I like my books to still be relatable. So, you know, and I just do like I still want you to feel like they, you know, it's relatable. Like you can feel like you the woman or whoever. Like, girl,
Now,
listen, don't if I get one of them, if I get one of those, y'all really ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing if I get one of those. And I think, oh my God, y'all ain't finna get me. It don't give me. I'm gonna call somebody though and let them know something just occurred to me, and I don't know why. Lord, listen, don't do me like that right now. But yeah. Oh my God, that is too funny. I don't even know why that. I told y'all some parts of people, you know, you incorporate, but Blue was written way before I even knew this person. Like,
That's crazy.
That's why I'm like getting. I'm like, wait a minute, we ain't gonna do this right now. But yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna pretend like that ain't off my head. But yeah, girl, you got the best. That unhinged be funny to me. Like, why are you so crazy, sir? Like, calm down.
Please, please.
Girl, I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah, y'all can follow me on every platform. I'm just Monique the author. I'm on Twitter, but I don't use it. I don't even know how to use Twitter, to be honest. Um, maybe so. Auntie know who I'm talking about too. So she don't be on here messing Auntie look, cause
come on, Auntie, you better tell her.
listen, I'm gonna call as soon as I get off this live. I was supposed to be going to download my books, but now my brain is like, make the call. So yeah. But yeah.
But all right. Thank you again for being on with me.
Yes, ma'am. I had a good time. Anytime, like, you know, whenever, like, I'm free. Like, if you tell me a day and time, I got you.
Okay.
I got you, girls.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you.
Page. Thank you for everybody who joined and watched us. I probably didn't talk about no books that I did or nothing like that, but this is where y'all gotta understand. We talk.
That's what I said. We get on here, hang out, talk about books.
Yes.
But we chilling.
And we're good. Don't forget to go download The Body Hunter. It's free today only, and
only today.
I cannot believe I did not post about this earlier.
Well,
The nerve. But anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
Have a good night.
Well, right. Good night. Thank you, Auntie, for joining. Bye.